Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Rajni Chaudhary and in this particular video we would be studying the stator inter-turn protection of the generator. Following will be the contents of this video. Here, first we would be describing what is stator inter-turn fault. Then, moving to the Merz price protection of generator, we will be seeing here why the Merz price protection scheme cannot be applied for inter-turn faults. Finally, we will be describing the stator inter-turn protection scheme of generator. Starting with what is stator inter-turn faults. When a short circuit fault occurs on the same phase winding of the stator, leading in turn-to-turn fault, then such type of fault is known as inter-turn fault. In case of single turn generator, there is no necessity of protection against inter-turn fault, like steam turbine generators. But in case of multi-turn generator, such as hydro generators, there is a need of providing the protection against inter-turn fault, as these generators have double winding armatures. That is, the phase winding. Each phase winding is divided into two halves. Therefore, it becomes necessary in case of multi-turn generators that the inter-turn fault protection must be provided. So, what about the Merz price protection scheme applied in case of generator? The Merz price protection scheme applied in case of generator protects the generator against phase to ground and phase to phase faults. The Merz price protection scheme is based on circulating current principle. That is, the sum of current entering the circuit and leaving the circuit must be equal to 0. And if that sum of current is not equal to 0, that means a fault is occurring in the circuit. And therefore, in that case, the relay operates. But in case of inter-turn fault, the current produced by inter-turn fault flows in a local circuit and is not able to create a difference between the entering current and the leaving current. Therefore, in that case, the relay will not be getting any amount of current and will be acting like a normal condition. Therefore, the Merz price protection scheme cannot be applied for stator inter-turn fault protection. And thus, we need separate protection scheme for inter-turn faults occurring in stator of generator. The stator inter-turn protection. There are two types of stator inter-turn fault protection. One is cross differential protection and the second one is the residual voltage protection. Both the protection schemes are applied for stator inter-turn faults but for different alternators. For alternators having double layer stator windings, just in case of hydro generators, we use cross differential protection. But for the alternators which don't have parallel stator windings, we use residual voltage protection for providing the protection against inter-turn faults. We will be discussing them one by one. Cross differential protection. Here, the RC relay is basically the Merz price protection relay. The relay RC will provide the protection against phase to ground and phase to phase faults, just like the Merz price protection. Whereas the relay R1 will be providing the protection against inter-turn faults. Here also, the CT is connected across the double layer winding of the alternators. The cross differential protection scheme, as already told, is applied for alternators which have two parallel stator windings. That is, each phase stator winding is divided into two equal halves, that is S1 and S2. And therefore, the current transformers are applied on both the halves of the stator windings. As the name suggests, cross differential protection, because here the stators are connected to each other in a crossway manner, as you can see in the figure. During the normal operation, the current in the two halves of the stator winding S1 and S2 will be equal to each other, and therefore the CT secondaries will also be equal to each other, and no current will be flowing in the relay R1. But when a fault occurs, when an interturn fault occurs, suppose let us say that an interturn fault occurs in S1, then the current flowing in S1 and S2 will now be differing from each other, and as a result the CT secondary current will also be different from each other. Hence the difference of the current will be flowing in the relay R1, and since a current is flowing in the relay R1, this will trigger or will make the relay operate, and thus the generator in this case will be disconnected from the system. Basically, in the cross differential protection scheme, we see the current in the stator windings and the current in the secondaries of the two CTs. And lastly, we will be seeing whether any current is flowing in relay R1 or not. As said, during the normal operation, the current in the stator winding S1 and S2 will be both equal. As a result, the current in the secondaries of the two CTs will also be equal, and therefore no current will be flowing in the relay R1. But in case when an interturn fault occurs, the current in the stator windings will now be differing. S1 and S2 will now be having the two different currents. As a result, the current in the secondaries of the CTs will also be not equal, and hence amount of current will be flowing through the relay R1, which will make the relay operate. Residual voltage protection. As already told, the residual voltage protection is applied for alternators which don't have parallel stator windings. As you can see in the figure, the generator stator winding for each phase is only one, and therefore we cannot use the cross differential protection scheme here. In residual voltage protection, we use voltage transformer instead of current transformer. This is your primary of the voltage transformer, and this is your secondary of the voltage transformer. The secondary of the voltage transformer is connected in broken delta form. That is, here the relay is connected and the relay is fed with the residual voltage. The residual voltage is the sum of the voltages of the secondary of the voltage transformer. During the normal operation, the residual voltage fed to the relay is equal to 0, and therefore the relay remains inoperative in this case. Whereas when a interturn fault occurs, then this residual voltage no longer is equal to 0, and therefore the relay operates in this case to disconnect the generator from the system. Suppose a interturn fault occurs on this phase of the stator winding, then the primary of the voltage transformer associated with that phase will reduce, and as a result this voltage transformer secondary will also be changed, and therefore the residual voltage will no longer be equal to 0, and thus the relay will operate and will disconnect the generator. Listed are some of the references from where the content of the slide has been prepared. Concluding the video, we have described here the interturn fault protection scheme applied for stator windings of generator. For more videos, stay connected and thank you.